go. Crash and flow.
Yeah.
Oh, is this recording?
Yeah, go ahead.
I
now.
got the squatty potty
Yeah.
used. Bro, I was
No,
waiting.
no. It couldn't be used.
No, listen.
Maybe it's
listen.
just sitting in the warehouse for a
I've
while.
been waiting like weeks to take a good. I put it on my once I get a job offer and I accept it, I'm gonna get a squatty potty. You know?
Dude, you don't know. It's like $20, right?
I know. Everything on my list was stupid. It didn't make any. None of that was indulgent except the Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
So I get this thing, foot marks right where one would potty,
God damn it.
right,
dude.
and they're brown. They're just somebody was dusty ass.
How do you know
foot
they were?
shitting.
How do you know they were brown?
I don't know if the person was. I'm saying the foot marks were.
Ah, okay.
This person had been
This is 2 barefoot marks.
dude barefoot marks like fingerprints.
I've been using my squatty potty
Yeah.
for at least 5 years.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
There's never been a footprint on
That's
it.
because whoever did this wasn't in a good squatty potty situation. They weren't in a bathroom. I think they were just like, I gotta
think-
shit.
You know what it is? He works at the warehouse where they make it.
It did look
he
like a
needed
heat.
to go poo.
Yeah.
And he just grabbed one off
Right.
the line.
Yeah.
And he put it down, he pooped on it, and then he just put it back in the line.
So I called Amazon.
Yeah.
And they said, hey,
Mhm.
this item is not up for return.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, because
Hey.
it's for a squatty
I'm like,
potty.
yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
You don't want people to get used squatty potties.
Yeah.
And he just interrupted me. He's like, we'll give you a full refund. You can keep it. I was like, yeah, all right. And then my wife was like, we're going to throw it away. I'm like, no, let's put it on Kijiji.
Why would you do any of these things?
Because it's first off, it's in a pretty big box, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is a lot of trash. And somebody else can take a good shit. And we put it up for free. It was gone the same day. Filipino dude. I told him, I was like, hey, it came in used. It looks used. And he was like, okay. And he's like, he's buying a used.
Okay,
anyway.
no. I'm trying to understand why you returned it.
What do you mean returned it?
Or like why did you like sell it? If you Lysol it, there's nothing.
I don't know how brown these. First off, on principle, if I can get a new one
Yeah.
for free and not have to clean somebody's possible poop feet, I don't know how many times this was used, dude. This had poop. Like, it was weird.
I know, but like
So
I
and
don't-
then somebody else gets a free one. This everybody wins.
everyone wins.
Yeah.
I guess. Otherwise, I mean, like the thing is that you would have 2. You have like 3 washrooms in your place. So like now you
yeah.
have one for both of them. Like when I come over,
yeah.
I don't have to be like, hey,
A
can you?
squatty potty for guests.
Yeah.
Man, I don't have that kind of confidence. My
wife makes me remove like when my friend
Yeah.
when friends come over.
Of course.
She's like, remove the squatty potty, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. You're like my dad.
Suhail's my cousin. He knows I use this. I'm not moving it. For what? For why?
Yasin's like, people should listen to the podcast, whatever. And just, no, yeah, you're like my dad. It looks like my dad lives here when the squatty potty's, up and up. I gotta order a replacement. I haven't done that yet. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know
Okay.
I'm gonna have squatty in that potty.
Sure. I mean, it's gonna take you a while before you actually. I feel like your body is willing to receive the gift of the squatty potty, because at first you're gonna sit on it and it's gonna be like it's gonna feel weird because it's not quite like you remember in India where you were
Pakistan.
actually Pakistan, where you were actually squatting.
Sorry about my tone. You're all smiling. I stopped smiling.
Don't get it wrong.
That's all right, man.
I mean,
I don't even. I think in Pakistan, most places have chair poops now.
Well, now they do. In Mauritius too, they do it, and then they're so proud about it. It's the same. It's the same thing. Like when it annoys me when I see third world like my country. Let me just put in Mauritius. Let me not say all countries. But like when Mauritians feel like we've arrived now that we do this thing that the Americans do, and I'm like, no, you guys had it okay.
You had it.
had it right.
When I saw all of you with cell phones, I was like, they're fine.
If anything, people are gonna start, because now what happened was this: we were squatting to take a poop, and then we made it into a chair. Now we sit in a chair.
Right.
Now we're buying an extra piece of thing to make it almost like squatting.
Dude.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
What?
I'm pretty sure straight up squatting is still the optimal angle for your colon.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now is like a half angle.
Listen, this is what I'd be impressed at. If I go to a white guy's house here,
Yeah.
and he has like a porcelain shit in the ground,
Uh-huh.
he's like, this is the best. I took out my regular commode. You should use this.
Right.
And we'd be so impressed. We'd be like, wow, this guy He's like, yes, I've studied everything.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right?
And they'd probably sell that for $20,000.
Then when white people are pooping, like in a hole, the way how we used to do it, then Mauritians are going to be like, hey, listen, right? Freaking Kardashians are pooping, squatting. Yeah. We need to do the same thing as well. And they're going to go, you see how like, it's the stuff that doesn't make any sense to me, man.
This is what it is, man.
You know, they're eating burgers and whatnot. And white people are going around being like, give me this butter chicken and biryani.
Yeah, they got burger joints in Mauritius, I'm sure, all over the place.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do in Pakistan too.
A place called Cozy Burger.
Ooh, that sounds
What is that name?
warm.
Yeah, I guess, but you never look at food and say you want to cuddle it.
Not really.
Yeah, you just want to eat it, right? Apparently, there's a place in Dubai or Abu Dhabi that's called Ugly Burger. Apparently, great burgers. Also, this whole thing about creating like gourmet burgers. It's starting to get old for me.
Lay it on me.
It's okay. First of all, here's the thing. Here's
delicious.
the problem with these fucking gourmet burgers.
All right, tell me.
They don't last past 2 bites.
Because of their size.
They don't hold form.
No,
they don't hold form.
Right.
The worst thing, brother, is when you bite something, right, and the shit comes out all around it. It won't hold it in the bun because you've put too much in it.
If you can't,
there is a critical limit.
Yeah,
there's a critical limit. And yes, you're right. Mushrooms are slimy, right?
The worst.
So if you put mushrooms in it, you gotta kind of put other stuff in it that kind of contains it a little bit, right? Maybe you put your mushrooms on top of the meat, and then you put like your lettuce on top of it, kind of like squishes it down, right? So it isn't floating around anywhere. All of these gourmet burgers, 3 bites. Right now, you're eating half of the burger off your plate that's fell through your fingers, and then the other bit of it, like, it's so much sauce, right? And it's not only just one sauce. It's not like just ketchup. They got like aioli. They got a garlic thing, chipotle stuff in there.
They're getting gas just talking about this burger.
Indigestion. And then by the time you're done, right, you've used 4 or 5 napkins,
right,
just to wipe all of the oil and mayo and all of the sauce and everything else that fell out of it, right? And you're like, yeah, it tasted good while I was doing it, but for what cause?
For what cause?
Like, the thing is it that much better than a well-made, simple cheeseburger?
Yeah.
How much better is it? Because now they're doing this crazy shit. Now they're doing like, okay, we got a burger. Then we're going to get mozzarella, and we're going to deep fry that shit. We're going to put it on top of that. Then we're going to get chicken fingers, and we're going to stick that on top of that. Then we're going to put the regular cheese, lettuce, and whatever. I ordered that burger, and I was like, you know what? I'm eating the chicken fingers separately.
Yeah, of course.
What
that is, hey, you want the combo? We'll put it in the burger. They almost put the Coke there if they could fry it and put it on there.
Just with the fries.
They just fry the Coke, put it in there. Just shove it in his head. As soon as he comes in, don't let him. As soon as he says his name, just shove it in there. It's true, because honestly, they have 8 offerings and they're all burger. And after the first 2, it's stupid.
What are you doing?
It's
like,
circus.
This one's got jalapeno plus this cheese, and it's got this. And then also the cheeses, right? Generally speaking, mozzarella has no place on a burger. But they take a mozzarella, and then they deep fry it, and now all of a sudden there's a place for it on the burger.
I've seen mozzarella sticks, like Italian style, and it'd be great outside, but now it's in my burger, and now I'm trying to...
It's too much.
It's, I don't also believe cutting my burgers.
I don't.
If I'm having to do that, you made it wrong.
Yes.
Somebody made something wrong, and God didn't make me wrong.
No.
The burger.
Make it... It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Too difficult to eat. And the thing is that normally when the burger is wrapped, there's no way for you to unwrap the burger so that you can hold it together like a burrito within the wrap. And let's face it, if you eat a burrito correctly, generally speaking, it won't fall out the back, right? The people who make it at like Burrito Boys,
right?
Those you know the ones when they wrap it quick, they know what they're doing. Yeah. And then on top of which, when they put it on the stove, what they're doing is essentially they're crisping both sides, but it's to hold its position, right? It's the same way when falafel places and shawarma places started grilling, because they normally would just wrap it and then you would get a falafel, right? But now they throw it on like a panini grill, and that holds the shape.
It makes everything amazing.
That's the way to do it, right? Burgers are lagging behind. The technology is no good.
Yeah,
And I don't like the fact that these gourmet burgers are doing so much. Now it's like when they open, there's a couple other ones, there's like there's Top Gear, there's Gladiator, there's whatever. I'm just like, I'm almost spitefully ordering a simple thing.
Have you had a bun kebab?
No.
So bun kebab is Pakistani burgers.
Yeah.
And what it is made of dal.
Mm-hmm.
So you make a dal patty.
Yeah.
It's for poor people.
Yeah.
And the burger, you put the dal in, you put one tomato in that covers the whole burger,
Mm-hmm.
some green sauce, and then you put it on the stove
Mm-hmm.
and put something heavy on top. And it makes it this thick.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes it one unit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really good. And you have to eat two, and then you have the craziest body emptying diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like it shoots out of you. Like it's on, it didn't even go down.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those?
Yeah, it went straight.
Whoa, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you're
You know how there's a zigzag for your intestines?
Yeah.
It didn't. It found another pathway and went
You're like,
right
how
down
is
to
that
the
even
colon.
possible? Like, I would
Like
imagine
you eat and then you're like, I must go home.
right. And you're like, birds must poop at this angle. You know, like what poops at this angle? So yeah, Zira, Miss Winston Churchill, Eglinton, fantastic dal bun kebab.
I mean, I'm down to try anything once at least.
bro, it's worth it.
I tried dosa once for the first time.
Dosa's fantastic. What happened?
Again,
You don't like fried
these
bread?
poor people.
What do you mean?
These poor people. I consider myself poor people. I come from poor people.
Okay.
Right? But like dosa is traditionally like more of a simple like food.
All right.
Right? It's not like a super classy food.
Not necessarily.
I
yeah.
don't think so.
I don't- I
I think
think-
it's like a more of a simple food.
Okay.
Right? Poor man food. Which generally tastes good. And I like it. I like seeing it in like, you know, like elevated in regular cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I went over there and it was a regular dosa situation, right? So you get your bread and then you have like your dal or whatever. You can dip it in, you break it apart, whatever, right? And then there was another one and it said it was Monterey Jack.
Mm.
And I'm dumb for this.
Yeah.
I'm done for this. First time I'm going, why don't
Yeah.
I just eat it the traditional way?
Right.
Right? But I saw there was cheese.
Mhm.
So I said, yeah,
Mm.
I'll try cheese. And then I ordered it. I'm like,
You ordered the buttered chicken.
This is
of
gross.
yeah,
this is gross.
I know. You basically got the westernized version of dosa.
Yeah.
And you should have gotten like
I should have just got regular dosa.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like give me what your mom makes.
Yeah,
Give me that
yeah,
dosa.
exactly. That's what I should have had. So maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I'll not. Dude, that
Dosa's
place
fantastic. Full.
was booming. It's right by your place,
Oh really?
Eglinton and here in Ontario.
Oh yeah.
by
That
the
place
by
is-
the Kiwi, by the Toys R Us.
Yeah, that place is fantastic. I forgot their name, but it's always full and really good dosa.
You know.
Also diarrhea, but that's
Oh no, I
gotta-
was okay.
I-
But maybe
it's
because the
just
cheese
squ-
was holding it
This
together.
whole so just for the recap, it's squatty potty,
Yeah.
burger diarrhea,
Yeah.
dosa diarrhea. So like you can, it's not about you.
Yeah,
It's
fair
about
enough.
me.
Fair enough. This is the regular. This is the regular trajectory of this
Yeah,
episode.
I'm gonna fix my stomach in December.
Okay. How?
I'm just not gonna eat a lot of like I
Just
ate
stop eating bread. Stop
That's
eating
really
gluten.
it.
My
That's
dad.
really
My
it.
dad stopped eating gluten.
Mhm.
Finally,
Yeah.
after maybe like 15 years of me telling him to do so,
Mhm.
because I too have stopped gluten.
What's he do for bread?
So my gut reaction is I don't care.
Okay,
But my more logical one is
just don't eat anything. I don't care. I don't.
You know, the reason why is okay. It's coming from the point of view of me when I started gluten free.
Yeah.
There weren't that many substitutes,
Okay.
and so the hardest one to replace really is breakfast.
Okay.
Breakfast, if you like at that time, it was hard to do because you can't do toast and you can't do
Yeah.
cereals and you can't do
I don't
you
even
can't
do
do crackers.
toast
You
for.
can't
I
do
just
any
eat
of that stuff.
4 boiled eggs for breakfast. It's just lunchish.
Yeah.
Today I just had chili. I have had 3 bowls of chili, bro.
So he buys he's got like gluten free tortilla.
Oh.
And then there's a bread that's made predominantly with quinoa and like potato starch. But any bread, let's be real over here.
Mhm.
There is no such thing
Mhm.
as a bread substitute.
Mm.
There is no substituting bread.
Mm.
In the same way that you can't substitute
Meat.
rice. Impossible to substitute rice.
Right.
Rice is rice, and no matter what other thing, what grain you want to cook, whatever,
Yeah.
dude, there's other rice that's not close to rice.
That's
Like,
true.
There's basmati rice, which is king shit,
Mhm.
and then there's the fat rice that the Arabs eat.
Mhm.
And let me put it to you, like I'm gonna be straight.
Mhm.
It's crap rice,
Mm.
right? There's the Guyanese rice that's also fat,
Mhm.
also crap. Long grain rice, I'll go to war for that stuff, right?
They
Anyway.
did.
Did they?
I think that's how you got here.
yeah. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so it's like I think it's just like a simple tortilla, but even the tortilla, just like corn tortillas, don't taste good unless you make it fresh that morning and you eat it. If you eat tortillas that you can put in the freezer or a fridge, it's not good.
I'm gonna go to the celiac department of Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I just bought. This week I just had fish or beef.
Yeah.
3 times and avocados. So I just need to just not have a few things that I do.
Yeah.
Also, I don't eat well. Like I stopped eating regularly like a month and a half ago. So
canned tuna is big help. The flavored ones.
you know what? I just
The
ate
flavored ones are so nice.
When I was cutting weight for jiu-jitsu or
You
doing
did it so much?
I ate
Yeah.
it so much that I would have to reestablish myself.
Right.
And do a different flavor than lemon.
Okay, so my wife does something. Okay, first of all, they have great ones now. There's a
Sriracha.
basil one, there's
Basil
a
is
sriracha one, there's a straight up chili one.
There's a pickle one, dude.
I haven't tried. No, there's a dill one, but I don't know
Yeah.
about a pickle one.
I thought it was dill pickle.
No, it's just dill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, really.
Yeah.
I only know about dill pickle.
No, dill is one thing,
Yeah.
and then you generally put dill in pickle and brine it.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
you know what I'm saying?
I know. But I thought
They
dill
don't come
was,
together.
I thought dill was only pickled.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
somebody who wasn't aware of the cucumber.
Yes.
They're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna
yeah.
try
So
to raise my kid wrong and explain things wrong and see how long I can make it last. That'd be fun.
Okay, so one for me was my mom, her pronunciation for spatula.
Mm-hmm.
So grade 4,
Right.
we're making brownies in class,
Yeah.
right? And at some point, I needed to get the I needed the spatula, right?
Yeah.
And let me set the stage for you. I am the only brown kid in a French immersion school.
Yeah.
Right? There's another one,
Yeah.
and that lady is brown,
Right.
but she's so white.
Right.
Right? So even though I was born over here, but I always felt like I was more brown than the other white brown girl. Anyway, I said, "Hey, can you give me the spatula?"
That's perfect.
And then of course, these assholes, because kids are horrible.
Right.
They said, "Yasin, you want the what?
The what? What do you want?
The spatula."
A spatula.
What did you call it?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know the alternative.
Right.
Spatula? And then they're like, you mean spatula?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I had a similar one where we had a new kid in class, and the teacher goes, "What's your name?" And he goes, like he just kind of said it. He's at the front. He's just trying to hope this lady hears him.
Yeah.
Just please hear before everybody else does. And then she made him say Ashfaq.
Yeah.
And then the
boy.
kid beside him was like, Ashfaq! And he said it as loud as he can.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obviously said ass fuck.
Yeah.
At least it was spatula. But at least
Hey man, you gotta give your kid the pass and be like, listen, when they say what your name is, just call me Ash. And he would have been a freaking Pokemon trainer.
He was, you know what? He was really good at basketball.
Yeah.
And
He reestablished him that way.
if you are good at basketball,
My name is Ashfaq.
your name be ass fuck, and it's okay, bro. If you're
yeah.
in inner city Houston, Harris County, and you're
you
good
know
at
how to play?
basketball, you can
Yeah.
do everything wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, the thing is that like here's the way how I look at it. When you're a kid, you make the kid like path of least resistance, especially throughout like the high school years, right?
Right.
Once when you're in university, hopefully by that time your kid knows a little bit on how to like deal with people and also like put them through some martial arts to raise your confidence level. Be like, listen, your name is Ashfaq. You want to stand by your name,
Yeah.
right? But when you're young, what are you gonna do? You gonna fight 4-year-olds?
No.
Or I don't know how old grade 4 grade 4s. I don't know.
I would every children's book I would get that kid would be about building adversity.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every character's name would be like something stupid. Or it's like this is how he dealt with this. This is how Dick Face dealt with this. And, 3 little fingers, 10 little toes, baby.
Hey yo, you know Jocko Willink has kids books.
No way, does he read him?
It's called Little Warrior, I think.
Oh my
Little
god.
Warrior, and it's really good.
I got a
I
book
read it.
called Woke Baby. What?
Nothing.
Nothing? You're gonna stay quiet for 10 seconds and say nothing? What are you? Somebody's wife? Like, obviously
man.
it's something.
Oh my god, that's gross. That's gross.
So
Let
it's
babies be babies, dude.
it's woke. It's fine. It's just about a baby that's woken.
It's woken?
Yeah,
As in he woke up?
you would hate this book.
Yeah, I'm sure I would. I hate hearing the title.
My kid loves this book. My baby doesn't know English, but he loves this book. He has good pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. You should also read A is for activist is a children's book.
Do you have that one too?
Yeah. He doesn't like that one.
I mean, why are we reading these books?
Oh, these are just gifts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We have a diverse group of friends. What do you think? I bought Woke Baby? I was like, okay, this is a great gift. And they were just looking at me. I was like, thank you. Are you looking up the book?
No. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't want that in my search.
A for
history.
activist is hard because like Z is for Zapatista. And my kid can't roll those Z's yet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd read it. I read him the novel of Malcolm X.
The novel of Malcolm X?
Yeah, the whole novel.
Oh, man. I think
Yeah.
somebody dies in there.
Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people dies.
His dad
I think
in the
there's
first
pimps and hoes and
No.
and drugs and drug selling and drug dealing. And,
10 Little Fingers, 10 Little Toes, classic. Curious George.
oh yeah. I stand by those. Berenstein Bears?
No.
You're not a Berenstein Bears guy?
No, not yet. I think that's like a slightly more advanced book.
Bro, I need to. Okay, here's the thing. I'm just realizing right now I'm getting some flashbacks.
Okay.
I always wanted to buy the entire set of Berenstein Bears.
Oh my God.
Right,
You can?
but I don't know if they sell them in a set.
would be
But
so
like
many
back in the
books now,
day,
yeah.
right? Because like you don't grow up like like whatever. We're an immigrant family. So I only had like a few. I think I had like 6. Freaking love those books.
Yeah.
Cherished books. I think I still have them upstairs. Maybe I can go back
Yeah.
and then see if I can buy the full set and keep it for my kids.
You know what? I'm going to look into that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
A full set.
Yeah. I love the Berenstein Bears.
People come to your place, they're like, wow, how many kids do you have? You're like, none. None. I have my childhood, though.
Yes,
And
yes.
It's right here.
It's pretty intact. Have a seat. Want to read this?
That's
yeah.
sick. Yeah. We're trying to just keep away from like cartoons, but Bernstein Bears would be a good. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's
people
just
love it. I had Arthur.
It's just a book.
You've been to the library?
Not in a while, actually.
People need to go to the library. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, my white nanny brought me a book in Urdu for the kid. And then she was reading the Urdu book to him while we were hanging out. And it was great. A white woman reading my kid Urdu. She was like, grass. My white nanny memorized the numbers, 1 through 10 in Urdu.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
she can teach him.
That's cool.
She's trying.
Yeah, for sure.
See?
Yeah. How do you feel about multi-language inputs?
For kids? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say that? Wasn't there a thing that they said you got to focus on one for a certain age, and then after you introduce the rest?
Okay. I think it's fine. Like, nobody has, it's friggin' hard enough to teach a kid 2 languages, right?
Yeah.
So if you're great at staggering everything, then so be it. But like right now, yeah.
Just take all of these languages.
Plus, like,
4
here's some grandparents here, some grandparents here. See you in 3, like.
Well, then both of his grandparents speak
Urdu pretty hard.
Yeah, so there you go.
So-
Right? It's not.
Yeah,
My kid is gonna be. I don't know what. No, you know what? It's just gonna be French.
Just French.
I mean, if the wife wants him to learn Urdu, I'm
I
okay
thought
with
just like
that.
not English. She's like, no, we're gonna make him feel like he doesn't belong. I want to start off there.
Yeah.
Name him Garçon, and then go from there.
So, but yeah, okay. Excuse me. Hold on one second. I just gotta check something.
No problem. Is it your return related? Did they email back and they're like,
No, I don't think so. I'm just gonna turn off the heater.
yeah, sure.
All right, we're back. All right, so we said we were going to do this last episode. So what we're doing over here is we're going to rank.
What are we gonna rank?
Well, this was your idea, bro.
Why don't you set it up? It's a podcast. Come on. What are we gonna rank?
You should know. Okay, we're gonna rank the stand-up comedians that Joe Rogan helps promote.
Yeah, the comedians
his friends.
that he put over the top.
Yeah, and we're gonna see whether or not we're gonna rank them.
We're just gonna rank them.
We're gonna
that's
rank
all.
them. We're gonna rank them.
And unfortunately, we haven't seen any of them.
We've seen some.
We've seen some.
We might have enough for us to be able to make a judgment call, and we can. This will be a living list.
Okay.
You know, you know what? There's a director that exists.
Okay.
Not a movie director, a director that works in the field that I work in, and he once said, "It will be a living list." And you know how when people are when they just learn about a new concept, they keep saying it
Right.
for like a month.
Right. Everything was a living list.
I hate the word living list. When I by the time the fourth time, like the fifth day I heard it,
Right.
like this also should be a living list.
Yeah.
And can we assign it to someone so that they can update it?
Oh man.
Because it's a living list.
Now you're just airing this out for the public.
Yeah.
You're like, this annoyed me.
I'm just upset. All right, we're gonna start with also when I went through to make the research for the for these comedians. There's a lot of comedians that are kind of tied with Joe Rogan. So I'm just making my best judgment and putting this list together. So you can agree or disagree.
Who's
let me know.
on the list?
All right, Brian Callen,
Okay. Yes, he goes on the list.
Duncan Trussell,
Yeah, he goes on the list.
Brendan Schaub,
Of course.
Joey Diaz,
Yeah,
Tom Segura,
of course.
Ari Shafir,
Right.
Bert Kreischer,
Right.
Tony Hinchcliffe,
Okay.
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Here's a big question mark. I don't think he belongs on the list.
Santino?
That was another one that I didn't know.
Okay.
Andrew Schultz.
No.
Yeah.
Not even kind of.
But what I feel like is what happened was when Andrew Schultz started his Netflix special, or when he was because before it was sold to Netflix, I think it was just videos.
Okay.
Anyway, well, on IG. But then Joe kept on talking about it for a number of podcasts as they were airing.
Yeah.
And then when Netflix blew up, he like propped that up a lot. And then he had both Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz on the podcast. This was well before any specials whatsoever.
I would say Andrew Schultz would get to Andrew Schultz level without Joe.
Yeah, I agree.
And Joe had nothing to do with his come up.
I think he definitely did because Andrew Schultz himself multiple times on the podcast Flagrant
I think this is the king, which is Joe hailing the new prince as much as he can, and the new prince being like, "Hey, this is the king."
Right. No, I agree with you on all of this. I just put him here just to see.
Obviously, if Joe mentions has you on, it's gonna definitely change stuff. But I do feel like Andrew would.
He was on his way
he'd
up.
get to
anyway.
99.9% of what he was gonna get to.
Yeah, for sure. No argument there from me. I agree with you completely. Andrew Santino was another one where I felt like he kind of did it himself. Nate B by himself as well.
Lloyd Bargatze, I think he's only been on once, bro.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even count.
Yeah.
Because like Theo Vaughn is like his baby. This is he's like you have to have him on multiple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can rank these. This is a lot of people.
All right, so here we go.
Do we do bottom half? Like, how do we do this quicker? Because there's debate for the top. I don't know if there's debate for the bottom.
I think a lot of these people don't. Okay, Brian Callen.
I haven't seen the man do stand up. Have you?
I've seen only clips on like the Comedy Store and whatnot.
Right.
What I can tell you is this.
Yep.
He is, in my books, nothing better than average.
Wow.
He can't. I would put him at as a 6.
Jeez.
Because here's the deal.
Right.
We see clips because we watch comedy on IG, so we see the clips that come to us.
Yep.
When you see a Nate, I can never say his last name clip, dude, banger.
Right.
When you see who's the guy that we saw that was disappointing, but his clips are amazing.
Sam Morril.
Yeah. Freaking winners.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes he's only doing crowd work and he's fucking killing it. Mark Norman. Mark Norman just has a thing where he's like yell something and he'll make a joke out of it, and some of them are fantastic.
Yeah.
Brian Callen is nowhere close to this.
Yeah, I've never seen anything that but you know what? Well, let's go see this guy once.
Sure. No. All of these people deserve to be seen.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I put him in a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay.
So far going at the bottom of the list from what I can tell.
Yes.
Jeez.
Duncan Trussell.
I've never seen Duncan do stand up.
I have.
Yeah.
It's It's a lot like
His podcast.
the podcast.
Ah,
So it's not funny
right.
because even his podcast is not that funny,
No, not really.
right?
No,
it's
fun. It's definitely fun.
super fun.
Super fun.
Not
the whole
funny.
time. I get it. Yeah, I know
Not
what
funny.
you mean.
I say 5 out of 10. If anything, I put 4 out of 10. But I leave it up to you because
It's almost not even, it's the type of stand-up that I know in
Yeah.
what we're discussing is just tough. You know
we'll
what?
do-
We should see that guy.
we should
do mushrooms and see that guy.
we should. All right. You ready for this one?
Brendan Schaub, right?
Brendan Schaub.
Right, good. I was like, I hope so.
Brendan Schaub.
He's been doing comedy the least out of that group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. God bless him. He is right where he should be, though, I feel like. For a 5-year or 6-year comic.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Give me a number. I watched his entire first special.
That was tough. I actually did find that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really bad.
It was more of a storytelling thing.
It was bad. It was like a 4.
Yeah.
It was the hardest actually for me. To be frank with you,
Yeah.
if I had the option of those 3 gentlemen,
Yeah.
I would probably go to Brendan's least. And I'll see Brendan in 5 more years.
Yeah.
Because he had the least business
Being there.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But, he's a great talker.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. He took a swing at a joke that didn't land very well recently. Did you see it?
No. On what?
So they were I think they were talking about the Islam Makhachev fight versus Charles Oliveira,
Mhm.
and Brian Callen said something along this, like I think he was saying that Islam might win. I forgot what the context was, and then Brendan Schaub said, "Oh, you're supporting the terrorist or something."
Mm,
Did you see this?
no.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
That's all right, man. We're
So
already doing something.
so the thing is that like, I know he was trying to make a joke,
Yeah.
but he's so bad at it
Right.
that it just comes off as racist.
Well, I mean, if you're going to say those things, it might come off as racist. 'cause
Right?
that's
I mean,
Yeah.
you need to have a really good setup for you to knock that one out of the park. You can't just you can't do an underhand.
I feel like also like 20% of what he says in life is recorded, so it's tough.
I mean, all he does is podcasts, right?
I think he should just keep doing that, Gab. You know?
I think
He's going to keep developing because he's doing so many shows.
people are leaving him.
Really?
Well, Theo Vaughn left.
Did he?
Yeah, he doesn't do King of the Sting anymore. Theo Vaughn just packed his bags
Really?
and he left. He's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do
He's
this
in
anymore.
Tennessee now, so I don't even know how they would do it.
I guess. I think there's
They
a
don't
will
even
of
live
the
in
way.
the same city anymore.
I think if they wanted to do it, they would do it. They would figure out a way to do it. I think
Yeah.
there's a whole.
But they had a
thing.
studio. They were doing both of their like, yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought when you said people were leaving him, like, what happened? And he is like, Theo Vaughn left him. I was like, oh, okay.
All right. Joey Diaz.
No, he doesn't go there.
What do you mean?
I don't think he goes above. I think Tony Hinchcliffe should be the next guy above Brendan Schaub.
Well, it's just my list.
Yeah?
I'm not going in order of.
Oh,
like-
you aren't? Okay.
No, I'm just giving you the next one. So, like,
okay.
Joey Diaz. Where do you want Joey Diaz to be?
Oh, so we're just doing numbers for everybody.
Yeah.
How about we stack rank them instead of doing numerically?
Just because they might be others that we didn't think about,
Okay.
and then like it's a living list today.
Okay.
So like I can give you the ranking when we're done.
I would
in the best way.
say Joey would be at the top of the list. He's the best, and I guess I I rate people when I go see their shows. It's hard to rate a person
So I've
based
seen-
off of their clips
I've seen
and then
his
give them
show.
a okay.
I've seen his special.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen his special.
Right.
I've seen clips, and I've seen him tell stories on Joe Rogan's podcast, his own podcast, and also a show that was called "This Can't Be Happening."
Hmm.
And let me tell you this: the special wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
To Joey's credit, Joey himself says the special wasn't good.
Mm.
Right? Not a lot of comics say this. Not a lot of comics say this
Mhm.
because we saw Theo Vaughn do horrible comedy for an hour.
Right.
Okay. And Theo Vaughn was on the Joe Rogan podcast and he was talking about that special.
Mhm.
And I think everyone in the room knows that it wasn't good,
Mm.
but they didn't say it. Theo Vaughn didn't say that it wasn't great. It wasn't the best. I could do better. This is what I'm going to do moving forward or whatnot. And it's not on him for him to say.
Mhm.
Whatever. You want to, like, it is what it is. I'm not blaming him for not saying it.
Yeah.
What I am saying is that Joey Diaz said this wasn't good.
You like that approach. You like that Sean O'Malley. I don't even know if I won.
I like it because, like, it's an honest thing.
Mhm.
And I'll put that as a point towards him having potentially a better rating because his storytelling and the jokes that I have seen are absolutely amazing.
It's wild.
Wild is very accurate because that guy has lived a crazy ass life.
Yeah.
Like,
He shouldn't be even able to be up here talking about it. It's amazing that you do all that and then you get to be a stand-up.
exactly. Exactly. Even at his current level, if that was it, you'd be like, fantastic. So in my heart, I almost want to give him a 7. What do you want to give him?
I'll give him an 8 or even higher.
Okay.
Possibly. I feel like
If I'm just putting it on podcast appearances,
I'm trying to judge them on stand-up. And I feel like if you're in the room with the Joey Diaz, I think you're going to get a type of show that you're going to remember forever.
all right, I'm good with the 10. I'm going to skip this one just because I'm going to try to go with weaker. Theo Von.
Theo Von, based on with the one YouTube clip I gave him, like, this guy's really funny. And based on the special I saw, it was, man, I have to say,
6 is the most I want to give him.
yeah, it's just tough off that special. Also, because of the special is filmed in a theater, it looks fantastic.
And you had 3 runs at it.
And then you're like, everybody here loves you, right? Everybody here is somebody who's listened to your pod. He has a very great fan base.
The most generous audience possible
And
that came to your show.
maybe they weren't mic'd properly, but the jokes also.
They were mic'd. Those jokes were horrible.
No, it was bad. It was, I mean, honestly, I was very surprised. I mean,
We want to love him.
you want to
love Theo
You're trying
Von.
to give every benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And you're just
Because
like,
he's such a nice guy.
I think so.
You seem like he's a nice guy. He seems like he's earnest.
Great
like,
hair.
And he's so crazy.
He's hilarious too.
In conversation, it's amazing.
That's the part.
He's amazing in conversation. I wish I had some of his, like, the way how his brain makes like 4 jumps.
And unlike Brendan Schaub, Theo's been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Like over 10 years.
Yeah. So 6 out of 10.
Based on this one special, but geez,
Yeah.
man. Geez, Theo.
I know, right? Tony Hinchcliffe. We actually saw him live. Hinchcliffe.
I like you made him a verb. You're like, he's Hinchcliffe. That was all right. Did you enjoy that?
No.
No, I didn't enjoy that.
No. I would put him at 6 out of 10 tops.
I've seen bits from him that are really, 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 really funny.
Yeah.
But the set we saw, maybe he's trying to get ready for something.
I mean, he's opening for Joe Rogan at an arena.
11,000
So you gotta
people
come.
arena.
You gotta
I
come
know.
correct.
This is
Right?
all the people.
No. You don't come and work on material.
Right.
When you're at an arena opening for Joe
Joe
Rogan.
Rogan, right.
Right. If Dave Chappelle was opening for you, he's trying out new material.
Right. You're
There's-
Tony Hinchcliffe.
You're Tony Hinchcliffe. I say 6 out of 10.
I like it. I would love. I actually, from what I understand, should rate him higher. I
Yeah.
have friends who are in the business. I say this guy's hilarious. But yeah, that show wasn't. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
gonna give it
You
a
know what?
7.
I'm okay with a 7 too.
Who's left? Is there anybody left?
Yeah. There's some people left over here. Ari Shafir.
You know what? I've seen.
Haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah, I haven't
personally.
seen enough. The stuff I see, it's great when I was in college. Like it's that kind. It's really good if you're a college person.
I think he's a shit human being.
Okay.
I think he's a garbage. He's a garbage can.
Okay.
He's like in the summertime. You know, when you have a barbecue, you invited your friends over, family, whatever, and then some of them, they don't empty out their pop
Okay.
before they throw it in your garbage,
Right.
right? So they drank only half a can.
Right.
They just threw it in there.
Yeah.
And then that mixed with like the macaroni salad and the potato salad that someone brought. Don't bring potato salad to a barbecue. No one cares. So that got all mixed together. And then there was a hole that was poked in the garbage bag, right? And then as it like cooked over 2 nights of, like 30-degree weather, it oozed out on the bottom. It's inside. It's at the bottom of the can now. So when you throw the garbage, you hold the bag further away from you so it doesn't actually drip on your shoes or your flip-flops as you put the garbage out. And then you have that liquid on the bottom of the can. That's Ari Shafir.
Wow.
That's what I think Ari Shafir is.
Wow.
Based on him dosing
Dosing?
his friend, Bert Kreischer,
What?
in front of his family, like at his house,
His house?
not telling him what he did. He just put in the ecstasy in the drink. I believe it's ecstasy or MDMA.
Yeah.
Didn't tell him. That day, Bert had to be on an airplane.
Right. Man.
And Bert is taking different types of medication for his heart or whatever, his liver or whatever.
Yeah.
No regard for this dude's safety. He's on a podcast with all 4 of the friends, and he does not apologize, even if he's being pressed. In that podcast, he's like, I gotta go take a piss. He gets out, he doesn't even get out. He pisses in a bottle.
Gross.
And the amount of times he burps when he's on Joe's podcast.
Yeah.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to God, I hope he gets run over.
Whoa.
Right?
What are you rating him?
So I haven't seen his stand-up, so it's not an objective. It's not an objective rating whatsoever.
What are you rating him?
2 out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna watch some and get back to you.
All right. Fair
I was not thinking a 2. I was like 4, 5 to 6. He's had some funny stuff, by the way. But anyways.
No doubt his clips and stuff is fun.
Yeah.
And also,
but the dosing, I'm not disagreeing with the real life stuff that you just mentioned.
Yeah, you can't do that to
You
your
can't
friends.
dose your overweight friends who's on a bunch of medication.
No, you can't do that.
He's got
I mean, you
kids.
shouldn't do it to anyone, but to do it to your friend at his place, not taking into consideration the fact that he's not going to be able to sleep it off. He's going to have to be in an airplane. You
Yeah.
know this
I
because
think it
you're
was
recording a
MDMA.
podcast. Yeah. No. And then the fact that he was not like, hey, man, you know what? I didn't really think about the overall scenario, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He was so nonchalant about it. Whatever. Bert Kreischer.
You know what? Here, can we discuss Bert for a second? Because I feel like Bert was already somewhere.
Travel Channel.
Yeah, I guess that's not everything.
Yeah.
I've seen some Bert, and it's Bert, dude. It's Bert, and it's put together.
Yeah.
And
it's done well.
It's solid.
Yeah. For what it is.
Yeah.
It is very specific. It's very niche to Bert.
Right.
Right? He takes off his shirt when he's telling jokes.
Every time.
And he's a very fat dude.
Hey, come on.
Okay? It's fine. Everyone knows he's fat. He knows he's fat.
All right.
And the thing is, whatever you think that show would be is exactly what you get. And it's pretty well done.
It's, yeah. I've seen 3 specials, actually.
Yeah.
And they've all been entertaining.
Yeah.
And you know what you're coming there for, and he delivers that every time.
Exactly.
Is it annoying when he laughs at his jokes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should he put his shirt on? Probably.
Probably.
It's getting there. It's
Yeah.
dropping down now.
Just so far down.
It's yeah. But he's doing the damn thing, and it's the craft, and he's good at it.
Yeah.
So
The machine story is great.
he has other stories too that are like really wild, and he is that person.
Yeah.
I worry about these guys. They're like Tupac, you know?
Yeah.
Like you talk your gangster talk, and then you end up getting shot. He's living this wild life. I'm like, you're 40 something, dude. Calm.
He can't be drinking that much alcohol.
You gotta calm down.
Oh my God. All right. What do you want to give him?
I give him like a 7 or an 8, actually,
Yeah, me too.
with a lot of.
Well, we gave Tony Hinchcliffe a 7. So I would want to give
To
Bert
be
an
real
8.
with you, I'd give Bert more than Joey because I haven't seen Joey's. I'm giving a lot of grading on the curve to Joey.
For me too. But the thing is that we've listened to him so much. And we know the potential for him
It almost
to,
seems disrespectful
Yeah.
to say that about Joey.
the potential of Joey, like, because everyone keeps saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't watch him in a special.
Right.
Don't watch him in an arena. Go watch him in a room that can only hold 20 people.
We should do a road trip to New Jersey and
Oh
watch
my
Joey
God.
Diaz.
Oh my God. Because it's not just Joe that's telling stories about him shutting down a room. People can't breathe. Backs are breaking. Tom Segura tells his stories all the time.
Yeah. Is there anybody left on this list?
Tom Segura.
Oh, yeah, Tom Segura.
He might be king out of this whole bunch.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I'd say
Easily.
So. Yeah,
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, if not a.
Yeah,
I mean,
in this specific rating,
It's a 9
he's the
out of
top
10.
guy.
Yeah, he's a top guy. All of his specials are funny.
So
Podcasts are funny.
Yeah.
Josh are fantastic.
What's that?
His podcasts
yeah.
with anybody are funny.
So good.
I saw him with Talib Kweli. He did a podcast.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah. Tom Segura started a solo podcast, and I think he did 40 episodes, and it's all with either rappers or foot athletes or agents of athletes, and
Yeah.
it's just Tom and it's really good.
Tom's great.
Yeah.
Tom's great. The podcast with him and his wife, you would think that would be corny. Just because, like, you know, I don't know. It's just my expectation that if a funny comedian is doing a podcast with his wife, it's like it's more fun for the people who are on the inside.
Yeah.
But like for the people who are just listening, it's not funny. Dude, Chris, they are funny. They're great together.
Yeah. His wife's a comic too.
No, she's definitely for sure, but not like as notable.
No, but
but
it's hilarious. It's also their own thing.
so
No
damn
other
funny.
podcasts sound that way.
Can't do
It's
it.
pretty messed up.
Yeah, it really is.
I've heard He's like, hey, you want to
super
you want
bad.
to listen to this guy's finger get chopped off? See this? And the guy makes the weirdest sound, like, "Ee!" And you're like, I didn't expect that. And I'm like, dude, I can't even.
Yeah, it's hella dark.
It's yeah.
I think they have a Patreon where it's even darker.
I think they do.
So they have one that's behind a paywall that they're watching the most craziest stuff.
Yeah, I follow those people on Instagram. It's fun, especially Christina's stuff. Because Christina reposts stuff that are like illegal immigrants crossing the border. She'll repost their stuff while they're like in a ton of people cooking cocaine in Colombia, but doing a TikTok dance in front of the cocaine. Dude, she reposts they have a very interesting fan base. So when people send them stuff, they just they're
crazy. All right.
Crazy.
So this is the way how the list shook out. So at the bottom spot we have Ari Shafir.
Jeez.
Okay. Then after that we have Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Duncan Trussell.
Oh man.
And then tied for the same position would be Brian Callen and Theo Vaughn.
We should break that tiebreaker.
Okay, yeah, but I don't know enough because here's the thing. Brian Callen's been doing this for a very long time, and the stuff that I have seen is not funny.
He should do a best of, because I don't think anybody's seen his...
That's true.
Yeah, he should do his best of and sell it to Netflix. Like, nobody knows me.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Next on the list would be Tony Hinchcliffe. Then Joey Diaz sits by himself at that position, the next position. And then at the top of the tippity top is...
Tommy Buns.
No, wait, hold on a second. Joey Diaz and Bert Kreischer sit together. They're tied. I would give edge on Bert Kreischer just based on volume of work.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then at the top is Tom Segura.
Whitney Cummings has a really good special. Her last two specials are really good.
Really?
Yeah, solid.
Okay, I'll watch it. I watched Eliza's newest special.
She's all right.
No, it's
You
bad.
didn't enjoy it?
It's bad, dude.
I didn't like
This is coming from an Eliza fan.
Have you seen...
I liked her, I don't know, whatever the middle special was.
I've never seen that lady and I liked her, but I just was like, it's me and her personality. I don't love this lady, but you know.
Dude, it was, oh my God. It was tough because like I was coming in like as a fan.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, because I did like her previous special. And good Lord, dude. Like I couldn't, I stopped watching.
Damn.
I couldn't do it. But you know, credit to Joe. He has her on. He has like all of them on when they're
every time they're on. I'm like, this is a tense conversation, but he has it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, she was trying to bring up Alex Jones this whole podcast.
Yeah. She's like, I have a bone to pick. I want to be able to bring this up.
And somehow, they had a full conversation without him engaging in any of the Alex Jones conversation.
She just monologued some parts of it.
It was interesting.
Yeah, she came in with like a list.
Hey, Matt, she's an intense person.
This is what I want to talk about.
It's like, was it like a honey badger?
Yeah.
It's just like, she's ready to go.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, all right, Whitney Cummings. I'll check it out.
Solid.
A little bit of news on Whitney Cummings reminds me of who's the guy she does the podcast with? Funny dude. Tim Dillon.
Oh, really? Okay.
So Tim Dillon is like, he's a guy who's like all about, freedom of expression. You shouldn't deplatform people, right? Unless for a good reason, right? KKKs or whatever. You don't want those in there. But like, that's what he was. He was championshiping that. Tim Dillon is very, very successful. His Patreon is ridiculously successful. It's amazing how like it's like a sleeper hit. But this dude makes tremendous amount of money on his Patreon. And so he had a problem with his producer, and eventually the producer left, and Tim Dillon released a video afterwards bashing his producer after he had already left, right? And the guy's already gone, right? So either not say anything or just be like, "Yo, he's on to new things." It is what it is. Why? But he's trying to make jokes about it, and I think it came across. Well, it did come across as him being like an asshole about it. And so there's other YouTube channels that take the clips and then they talk about it. They're like, this is what he was doing about this. This is the situation. Here's the backstory, whatever. And then they do the commentary about it. And Tim Dillon himself has gone around trying to deplatform the people who are making content explaining the situation of him, like essentially having a bad relationship with his own producer. It's like, hey man, you can't stand for something, and then now you're taking down a small a small YouTube channel that only has like 19,000 followers.
Yeah, I'm sure Elon's gonna do the same thing. He just bought Twitter. He's gonna
Yeah,
start
yeah.
doing stuff. People are gonna say stuff. He's like, you know what? Turn that off. Turn that down. And
I hope that he doesn't. I hope that he approaches it the way how he's saying that he wants to approach it. Essentially, having a town square that people can talk ideas without it becoming, because the polarization is not going to help any one of us, right? So like the further away we go from middle is going to cause like more and more issues in society. So I hope that he makes Twitter better.
that's the hope for anybody. Everybody should have that hope.
Yeah,
That I hope this person improves something they got. Right.
for sure. Did you see him walk in with a sink?
No. Why?
So
Why did he have a sink?
So he's holding a sink, and he walked into Twitter offices after he purchased it. I was like, let that sink in. Hey, man. I mean, like, I don't agree with a lot of things that Elon Musk does, but
I'm speechless right now. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Man.
yeah, there's a video of him just walking in with a big grin, holding like a porcelain sink.
Man. I just want to hear him say it. You're like, let that sink in.
Let me see if I can find it.
Wow. I'm speechless right now. I saw a picture. I didn't realize that's what it was about. Did you hear Kanye was at the Adidas headquarters? Let me see.
Oh, he did say it. I can't hear the echo.
I think he said it right there. Dude, that's a actual sink. That looks heavy as shit.
Yeah, it's a heavy porcelain
That looks like a
sink.
100-pound sink.
Yeah.
Well, God bless him. Hopefully he does something good with Twitter.
So Kanye West was at Adidas?
Skechers.
He was at Skechers?
Yeah, he's trying to you know.
How the great has fallen.
And he's there at Skechers, and they escorted him off the premises. It was an uninvited. He wanted to just drop in and start talking to whoever he wanted to start talking to.
He's like, bring me your manager. I got these shoes.
Yeah.
Skechers, eh?
I think he thought it was the same vibe. He could just go to the headquarters. Who runs this place? Where's Mr. Sketcher?
Have you heard the Indian song Skechers?
Maybe.
Can I play it for you?
Yeah, of course.
Might end it on this podcast on this point. Yeah, we're at 50 minutes. We're all good. Let's end it
The
with this.
Indian Skechers. You ever own any Skechers?
I have actually.
See,
I
me
have.
too.
They're like this was back in university. It was good enough to wear on dress pants, but also felt like athletic enough if you wear it on some jeans.
It's definitely the mind of a middle schooler. Indian Skechers. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know how much I can play this before we get
This is the outro for the podcast.
before we might get like a
Cease and desist.
or something.
I tried to stop, but I can't stop.
This is why I can't ever make music, because this rocks. This is the shit.
It goes.
It goes, baby.
It's a fantastic song.
You could definitely nod your head driving to that.
100%.
100%.
In fact, I have already.
Yeah. Every now and then you're in Brampton, light up. Skip. Anyways.
Oh yeah, happy Diwali for the people who are celebrating that.
Yep. Stop doing fireworks, folks. It's getting late. Last night was
Hey,
rough. People
yo.
were doing fireworks last night
Oh, they were?
because they probably just ran out of time.
They didn't run out of time. It was 2:00 in the morning. I'm still hearing it.
Yeah. I know. It's not good.
It's not good.
Next morning, I'm trying hella hard not to look Indian. People
I
looking
just
at me.
didn't leave the place. And shout out to like the 5 people that we saw that went back to clean like all of the shit that was on the ground that was left behind. What a thing. What a thing. Anyway, this has been episode 363 of Crash and Flow. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in a week. Take care. Good night.
Yo.